Okay, go live and do the countdown, the disclaimer. And I'll get with you. I'm gonna hang up. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in to Incarceration to Incorporation. Thanks to another Friday. Thanks for another show. Thanks for another new year. I'm AB. I'm the founder and the CEO of Incarceration to Incorporation. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Like usual, I always have my co-host every Friday from 6 to 7. He's the founder and the CEO of All Things Relevant Media, Julius Hall. He's the one that's responsible for me bringing this platform over to his platform, to be able to voice my opinions and to be able to voice the opinions of those who view in each and every Friday, as well as each and every day on All Things Relevant Media. I'm gonna let him come on so he can tell about All Things Relevant Media, and we're gonna get on with the show because we got a lot to talk about today. We normally talk about things going on in incarceration pathway, but we're gonna speak on some current events, what's been going on over there at the Capitol, what's been going on all over with this political forum. We're gonna talk about a lot of things that's dealing with politics today. So all y'all out there viewing in, all y'all out there listening, man, stay tuned for that. Julius Hall, what's happening, my brother?
Hey, my brother, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, man.
Yeah, we here. We made it to another year. This is our season premiere, our second season premiere, and we welcome everybody, all the viewers out there in Facebook world, and I know we're being viewed all over the world. So we like you said, we usually talk about things that are reentry things that we talk about would help guys transitioning back into society, but today we're going to be talking about some issues concerning the whole country, and those are things that are happening in Washington, D.C. with all the Trump protesters. So I'm Julius Hall. I'm the founder and CEO of All Things Relevant Media, and we have a whole group of shows that we'll be bringing to you. We're probably the only people in the country doing what we're doing besides Sean Puffy Combs with what he's doing. But we're the only other ones doing what we're doing. Before February 31st, we'll probably have about 20 to 22 shows on every single day, 7 days a week. At least 2 or 3 shows per day. So y'all tune in to All Things Relevant Media on Facebook, and you tune into ATR Black Media Network. Black Media Network on YouTube. ATR Black Media Network on YouTube. We're going to be there. We're going to have everything situated. We're a startup company where we're getting it together, where we're going to be broadcasting to everybody around the world. So y'all just stay tuned. We'll get back on track with everything for Incarceration to Incorporation next week. We got some guests coming on if they can make it. But if they don't, then AB and I will be talking about the affairs that have happened across the nation.
That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up. I want to get right into it, man, because this is an important situation, important issue that's going on over there at the Capitol. A lot of people don't understand the significance of what happened over there at the Capitol. From my understanding, I've been listening to or looking at CNN and just been listening to talk radio. 5 people got killed, from my understanding, and I'm trying to figure out as well as a lot of other people that's been tuning in. Where does that responsibility lie? Who is responsible for all of that happened over there at the Capitol? And I've seen times where situations like that happen in the Black community, and they hold the Black community responsible for that. So I want to jump right into it, man, and see what your opinion is, Julius, and any information that you want to share with people, any concerns you want to share with people. I want to hear what's going on. What's your opinion on that?
Well, the first thing is, who's to blame? Who's to blame? That's the first thing I want to know. Who's to blame? Is it Trump? Is it just the protesters? Because if you're watching, Trump, he addressed those people at that rally, and when he addressed them, he told them that he's lost in the courts, and Mike Pence wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, so he sent them down to the Capitol, and he told them, "We'll walk down there." He said, "We'll walk down there." But Trump didn't go down there. Trump went to the White House, and then Trump let them go. And Trump went in a tent so he can watch it. And they were in there dancing and everything and partying while the people were up on the Capitol protesting.
Right.
And it just got out of hand. So Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and his son, Donald Jr., are responsible.
They're responsible. So, like I said before, I've seen times where they hold people responsible for that, and consequences are held. You know, is certain consequences, and they held responsible for it, and jail time is given to them. You know what I'm saying? They get prosecuted, and you know what I mean, and all that. So I'm waiting for all of that to happen. If that's gonna be it, I mean, because you got to play the fair field. What's fair is fair. I don't care who you are, you're a politician or whatever. All things apply to the human race, apply to everybody.
Well, that's the way I feel. You know, one thing is that the feds don't play.
Right.
And if the feds are going to get everybody that was in there. Every single person in there will probably get caught because they left their fingerprints, they left photos, they did live videos. It was one guy, the woman that got killed. I got the video, but I can't upload it. She was a military police, active military police.
Right.
She was going crazy, talking about the vice president-elect and everything, calling Kamala Harris, all kind of names and everything. And she was gung-ho, telling me she ain't going to stop us. She jumped through that window and the Secret Service shot her. Capitol Police, whoever it was, shot her dead.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. And the video that I saw, it was either police or Secret Service behind her. You know what I mean? And when the people that was in front of her shot, when she fell back, those police or Secret Service or whatever, they drew their guns out, but it was no retaliation. It was no gun, no fire shot back.
And I mean, they went there playing. They thought that it wouldn't be a problem, but the Secret Service did what they were supposed to do, or the Capitol, whoever shot them did what they were supposed to do. They weren't even supposed to get that far without being shot.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. I mean, I don't have any pity, none whatsoever, because when you do something stupid, then you got consequences to your actions.
Right.
You know, and so I don't have any pity whatsoever for anybody that got hurt except the police officer. You know, you went there on your own accord. You did what you did. They beat up a police officer. He ended up dying. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. He ended up dying. And if he ended up dying, that they caused his death. That means Trump caused them to go there. So all the blame goes back up top to Trump, Giuliani, and Trump's son. Right.
That's where the blame goes. Let's back all the way up, right? I remember when the Black Lives Matter protesters and with what happened with George Floyd and all the black people and a few white folks, they protested, marched or whatever. Trump sent in the National Guard, just like I'm talking about in seconds. The National Guard was there to break up, to make sure everything. They was there with military gear, like they was ready to go into war, ready to go into battle. But when it came down to this protest, these people wasn't called immediately. They were called. Okay, I see you got right. That's her. That's her right there. These people was called immediately, man. And did you see the gear, the military gear, weaponry that they had? They came there to fight, but I mean they came there to put pacifiers in them people's mouths. They didn't come there, man, for no fight. It wasn't nowhere near what happened with the Black Lives Matter, with the protests, with the George Floyd situation. It's to me, man, that right there proves a point how we all the same, but man, we all different when it comes to a race of people.
Yeah, we're not the same. I mean, I'm better than anybody, if you ask me. But on their scale, we're not the same as them. So they don't fear them. They fear us for some reason. And every time you look, they shooting us. And it ain't really fear; it's just racism for them to shoot and kill us the way that they do. But AB, there was and we got that on my thing too to talk about. It was one video somebody sent me this morning where the guy from the Proud Boys, he was walking toward the police officer, sprayed the police officers with some kind of mace or pepper spray or something. The police officer's running. Then he backs up a little bit and pulls his knife out.
Right.
He's supposed to be funeralized tomorrow. He's supposed to be being buried and put in the ground in a couple of days.
Right.
And they showed all these officers around him and nobody shot him. If that was a black person,
and look, man, if you already know, if it was a black, they all of them be dead right now, man.
And the thing is, all our white friends, who call themselves our friends, don't understand what we're talking about. They seem like they don't want to comprehend what we're trying to say. Where we say it's two different laws that apply in this country. There's two different laws, and they don't treat us fair. You know.
They know that. They know that. I mean, I don't think this is a segment to get too deep into that situation where the black and the white situation. Because I can take it biblical. I can take it historical. I can take it prophecy wise. All of this stuff is not just happening just because, man. It's if you've been paying attention to what's been going on for the past, I'm gonna say the past 5 years, we as a people, man, the black and brown people have been rising. We have been, as far as entrepreneurship, far as black and brown people owning their own businesses, far as black and brown people getting into these houses, being able to get their credit right to where they can afford things that normally white folks wouldn't expect us to be out here getting and having for ourselves. So this right here, to me, man, is something that has to happen. It's like that. What I was telling somebody this yesterday. It's time for them to go to the back of the bus, and they're not gonna go to the back of the bus without a fight. So what we have to do, man, we have to realize, we have to understand and realize that it's our time. We have to sacrifice and make our time the way time is being provided to us. It's our time. And we have to realize this, and they have to realize this, but they're not going to go to the back of the bus. So
yeah, this is the biggest breach since 1812 or 1814, something like that.
I think it's 1812.
Yeah.
Right.
And I looked at it and I was wondering what the hell is going on. It was, and when you look at it, you see the guys they swinging off, and one guy, he was swinging up there. I wonder what the hell. I saw this comedian, E-Realist, what his name is, the Realist out of Northern Alabama.
Yeah,
he said he was on the phone with Trump. He said, "Man, I don't know what the hell y'all, what kind of drugs you gave them, but my joint ain't worth a damn. I'm putting this down. Send me some of that stuff that you got, Trump."
Right. I saw that video. He a fool too. He a fool. Hey, that whole video he did, man, was that to me that right there was that need to be shared throughout all social media, man.
Yeah, he said they were clamoring. He said, "Man, I don't know what kind of drugs you got them on, but I need some of that, Mr. Trump. I need some of that."
Yeah, because they was some damn fools to be out there like that. But again, Julius, it has to happen, man. It has to happen so they can understand and realize where they fit at when it comes to society. So they have to realize and understand that it's a balance. Yeah, look at that, man. They have to realize this. Look at that right there. It proves it's going to show the world, man.
They scaling walls.
Man, look at this here, man. This here is ridiculous. But I'm gonna sit back. And analyze. I'm just gonna wait on God to do what prophecy said it's gonna do, and come out on top, man. Like the scripture said, man. The scripture's telling it all, but ain't nobody really reading the scriptures like they're supposed to read the scriptures.
And then that idiot that he was swinging on one finger, one hand, he had up there. He was about to drop down to the second floor. To the other floor, so he could get there. I know they got to find these guys, man. They got to.
It's funny. Yeah, they say they trying to find all of them, man, and lock them up.
But they should have never let them out of there. They should.
Right.
They broke the law, and the police was. You saw the police letting helping one woman down the steps.
Yeah, they was treating them like what's the words can I use? They was treating them like they was being treated unfairly. So they was trying to get them out of there calmly as possible. Come on now.
And then how about the lady with no arms? She had no arms, period. She was in a wheelchair with no arms.
I saw the police or the Secret Service, whoever that was, pushing her, but I don't know, man. This right here, man.
But they wanna get us about everything that we do in this country. They fear us, and they have a right to fear us because we are powerful people. We exude power. We exude authority. And so they got a right to be fearful of us because we are kings and queens,
Right.
And when we start to really realize that, and when we start to really unite and be on one accord, we're unstoppable people.
Right.
And that's nothing racist about it. It's just the truth.
It's the truth. It's the truth. They fear us, but what they did was they switched it. They flipped the script to fear us out of violence. Try to call us violent. That's why they put the fear because of say that we violent people. But like you said, it ain't the fear that they don't fear us because we violent, because we're not violent. They fear us because of who we are really as a people. We are. They know if we reunite or get reunited back to our people like we supposed to, we're unstoppable.
Yeah,
we're unstoppable, man.
And like the post says, the comment, the caption says, "Racist white America is unraveling." It is. Because when you look at it, it was just a bunch of country bumpkins there. One guy was a lawmaker out of Virginia, and then one guy was he was a police officer or something in Alabama somewhere, and then they interviewed this guy this morning because they found him. He on Facebook with no face mask, no coverings, no nothing. He ain't trying to disguise himself. He's proud to be there. And They interviewed him on CBS Good Morning, um, Morning America, whatever the show was this morning, and
Okay.
he said, "I'm sorry, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I didn't mean to go there. No, motherfucker, they're finna come get you. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. You should have known that you weren't supposed to be there. And
Right.
since you didn't know, they fit to show you that you weren't supposed to be there."
Right. Right.
And he's sorry. He almost started crying on the news this morning with Gayle King. He started crying damn near. You know,
I didn't see that. I'm mad to catch
yeah,
that. I'm mad to catch that later on tonight. It'll come back on later on tonight.
yeah. I said, man, lady had no arms, man. Spider-Man. We had all these people in there acting a fool, doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. None of them. If you didn't want to go to jail, you shouldn't have crossed that plane. It was all right. It was all right to protest outside. It was all right to protest outside. But when you cross that door, then you broke the law.
Like you said, them people know, like you said, that line to cross. And you were at the Capitol, so they already have barriers right there outside of the Capitol that you can't cross anyway. And it's a lot of feet to the grass or to the yard where they already tell you you can't cross that barrier. So they had to cross so many feet in front of the police. The police basically let them through.
Yeah, they did. You could see some of the police was fighting them off at certain places. They didn't want them to go to certain spots in it. But then some of the police was taking selfies with them and patting them on the back and every damn thing. Say, what the hell? Some heads got to roll.
Straight supporters, straight Trump supporters. That's what they were.
Exactly.
And they need to be held accountable too. Anybody who let it, that's just like a security officer letting somebody in to rob the bank.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They let them people in to trash up the Capitol. Do you see the damage that they did to the Capitol?
Yeah. That's a lot of damage. And all of them need to be charged with everything in there because I know it's a felony if it go over a certain amount. It's a felony for them to even go on the property unauthorized.
Man, they committed 15 felons at that time, man, or more.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, man. Yeah, like the caption said, racist white America is unraveling because, hey, man, it's time for it. It's time for those racist white ones to realize where they really supposed to be, where they really stand, not just in America, but all over the world, man. It's time for not a setback or a growth period, but it's just time. It's just time for the balance to shift. And it's our time. Like I said, if you take note of how we've been prospering these last 5 to 8, maybe 10 years, we've been doing what's been given to us, man. We've been turning it over, like how you say you turn grapes into wine. We the most as a people, man. We the most resilient, man. We just powerful, like you said. We powerful people. Yeah, I mean, you can put our backs up against the wall, man. We're gonna come out fighting, and we're gonna come out successful. You know what I mean? You put their backs up against the wall. The first thing they're gonna do, man, is commit suicide.
Yeah, it's in our DNA to survive.
Right.
It's just in our nature, and that's what we do. The second part of what we wanted to talk about was, should Trump be charged?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Why wouldn't he be charged? I would be charged. I'm gonna tell you a person that will be charged. And he was a past president. President Obama will be charged.
Yeah.
They would have charged President Obama. They would have brought up so many. They would have made him an example of how presidents shouldn't be. And if they could, they would have took President Obama off the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You
And,
know what I'm saying?
I think the Republicans, Trump thought that he was going in to use the Republicans, but the Republicans really used Trump.
Right.
Trump, they got what they wanted out of Trump. They got all the lower court judges. They got all the Supreme Court judges. They got everything that they want. And see that guy right there with the Scully on? That guy was the boldest guy in the whole place. Since he was the boldest guy in the whole place, he should do the most time. And he should get charged with everything because, see, he chased the officer up the steps.
Oh, that's
right
the one that first came
right
in.
There.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one. Right. Okay.
That's
yeah.
him right there. He should be charged without a doubt.
Okay. Hold on. Stop right there, though. Stop right there, Julius. Now, he chased that. It was a black officer that he chased up the stairs and all that. The black officer, and then all the other officers came to his assistance. But that officer supposed to shot him, man.
Exactly. He had every justifiable reason to shoot him.
Every justifiable reason, man.
Even if he shot him to maim him. But when you're taught in the police academy not to shoot to maim, you shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill.
Yeah, he's supposed to shoot him to kill him. He was that bold to continue on causing a threat to the lawmakers behind me. I got to shoot you because I don't know what you got.
Right.
You know, you violated by being this far. You disobeying a direct order. You all out of the space that you're supposed to be in. Outside.
He already violated. He been violated this space.
Yeah. He was justified, but I guess black people got a conscience. We do have a conscience. I have to say that. Somebody should have shot them, just like they shot that woman. I can't be sympathetic, but you're stupid. I can't. You stupid.
Well, listen, but did he even get choked out or anything? Cause we been choked. We been choked to death. We been shot and killed. We been murdered. This man did it after him.
He should have maced him, and then he should have shot him if he kept coming. He tried with the baton, faking. Don't fake. Shit. Mace him.
So what you saying is that man shouldn't have been living today.
No, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. And people think that, I'm gonna tell you about the feds. And the feds don't give a damn what color you is.
No, they don't.
When they get ready to prosecute him, he gonna wish they would have shot him.
Yeah, but
see, because what they dealing with, AB, is the biggest gang in the world. The biggest gang in the world is the United States federal government. They're the biggest gang in the world.
Yeah, but I think they about to be exposed too, with the way this prophecy, the way it's gonna unfold. I think they about to be exposed also.
Look at that guy there. He got the Confederate flag. That's telling us right there that all blacks get under our rule. Look at him.
Hold on, but look at the officer in the back.
That's an officer.
It looked like an officer. It looked like I see a gun and everything on the side.
Yeah, he got something on the side. I don't know whether he's an officer or not, but he surely is there sitting just looking. That's crazy. You're just sitting there looking.
Waving that flag around like he waving it in pride too. He proud of that.
Yeah. I wonder whether any of my buddies from Savannah went down there. If it is, I think the feds are looking for you. The feds are looking for you. So if you went down there and you from Savannah, Georgia, they got a new thing here saying, if you know something, tell something.
If you know something, tell something.
Yeah, so if you went down there, hey, it's on you. I didn't see you the last couple of days, so if the FBI watching this, maybe they got you on their radars.
Man, they got that, man. Like I said, FBI about to be exposed also, because
Well, that's Trump FBI.
hey man,
That's
hey,
Trump's FBI. They're scared of Trump until now. Nobody's scared of Trump anymore. So they don't realize that Trump is going down. The only person don't realize Trump going down is Trump. And he
it's
might
Trump.
have got a wake-up call now. That guy right there with that Scully on, he didn't give a damn about nothing. And see those bull horns sticking out right back there? It's a photo of this guy here with the bull horns on, half naked, with him and Rudolph Giuliani. So all these were Rudolph Giuliani people and and Trump people. They were in a tent watching it as these people approached the Capitol. They were watching it. They didn't even let the National Guard be called in.
Right, exactly.
You know, they didn't let the National Guard be called in. So they ignored the calls for 90 minutes. Then after they ignored the calls for 90 minutes, then they gave them excuses for another hour. And then they said, okay, Pence finally said, okay.
Yeah, but then when they came, they came with regular law enforcement gear on. They didn't have the National Guard military combated gear on. They had regular law enforcement gear on.
Well, they said that the mayor of DC was denied National Guard help, but they also said that they asked her whether she wanted help, and she told them no, she got it. That she didn't want them here to do the same thing that they did to the Black Lives Matter people. But the Black Lives Matter people were not spewing hate. They were not holding up rebel flags telling us that we were inferior to them.
Right. Exactly.
So she didn't want that, but I guess in hindsight she realized that they should have all been there. They should have had. Listen, you got inauguration happening 2 weeks from that day. 2 weeks from that day, and you got all this stuff already set up. Who's to say that they aren't planting a bomb out there? Who's to say they aren't loosening the screws to those steps and those seats that they got up there, so when the weight get on it, they all fall down? Who's to say that? Who's gonna check that? I know they're gonna probably bring the bum sniffing dogs out, but you gotta also make sure that everything is still secured there, because the weight from those people sitting on it will collapse it. Look at this fool here. That's the guy that was with Giuliani. Him and Giuliani should be cellies. They should be cellmates in prison.
Yeah.
There's no way that Giuliani should be getting away out of this. And I'm serious. No way. No way. Look at them. They're on hollow ground. Hollow ground. That's why I tell you, there's nothing that they're going to be able to do to get out of this. Trump,
one thing about it, like you said, one thing about it, they're not going to be able to get out of it because their faces on camera. Everybody know who's responsible for this. Everybody know Trump is not in it by himself. So all the ones who is on board with him, all of them are responsible, and they're gonna get held responsible for it. And then the whole breakdown of white supremacy is gonna fall down. It's gonna come to a point where I keep saying this, man. I just had this conversation the other day, man. It's time for a reset of America, man. It's time for them to get in the back of the bus, man.
Well, yeah, but that's not gonna happen because we got too many goody two shoes, butt kissing blacks that's not gonna want that to happen. They'd rather worship and service somebody else before they let somebody like me or you be up there as the king.
And that's okay. That's okay because it's gonna have to be sacrifices made, and unfortunately, it's gonna be some casualties in order for it to be a greater cause. The greater cause is the future of, you know what I'm saying? It's the future. So it's gonna be some casualties. I just pray that, all the ones that I know, man, all the ones that I love and care about, man, I hope everybody is armed. Get armed and get ready because it's about to go down.
AB, you know who I have the most problem with? I have a problem with Trump supporters. I have a problem with Trump supporters for one reason in particular, and that is that if you're looking at this, you can't see that the man that you're working loyalty to nobody. Every time there's a problem, he blames it on somebody else. Every time there's a problem, it's not his fault. He has nothing to do with it. He even threw these people under the bus yesterday or today. He threw them under the bus, saying he was ashamed of how they acted. But first, when he came out with that speech, he said, now y'all see how I feel and what has been being done to us. And he told them, I love you. But now he's appalled and he's ashamed at how they are acting, how they acting.
No, he had to go up there and say that. He had to recap his thoughts. Right. He had to go back and say that. You know what I mean? He had to make himself look good to, because he feel like he still have a chance. You know what I'm saying? He might have a chance for re-election next 4 years or whatever. You know what I mean? So you gotta, you can't believe nothing that Trump says at this point.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't believe nothing that he's saying at this point.
You can't because Trump is a cold idiot. He threw Mike Pence under the bus. He told the crowd that Mike Pence didn't do what he's supposed to do. So what you think if you get one of them crazy ones in there and they found Pence? They might kill him. But Pence is so stupid. These people are too loyal to Donald Trump. Then you got Hawley, the senator, the young senator out of Missouri, I believe he's out of. Then you got Ted Cruz out of Texas. These people, this man talked about called Ted Cruz's wife ugly. Called Ted Cruz daddy a killer, say he killed JFK. And Ted Cruz is still behind this fool 100%. I'd be the first person voting for Trump's impeachment if I was Ted Cruz. Any of the other ones that he talked about. He talked about Lindsey Graham at first, and Lindsey Graham didn't want no more of that trouble. So Lindsey Graham became his good friend. It's crazy, man.
Well, let me ask you. What are your thoughts on Nancy Pelosi? What you think? What you think about her and her plans, or what she got on her agenda? Because she can't stand Trump.
Well, she can't stand Trump, and then they just appointed the Attorney General, which is Merrick Garland. I believe that's his name, Merrick Garland. He has an axe to grind. He has an attitude with the Republican Party. So anybody that had anything to do with this is going to get it. Anything that Trump can be investigated for, they're going to get it. Trump said that he was going to destroy the Republican Party, and he destroyed the Republican Party. You look at it. My work here is almost done. You got 11 days left.
Right. It's almost done, all right, because he not only did he destroy the Republican Party, he about to destroy the whole white supremacist system. He about to destroy the whole system, about to fall down and collapse. Yeah. You're exactly right. That's probably what his whole mission was, and he didn't even know it.
Yeah. Well, he said that if he ever ran for office, he's going to run as a Republican because the Republicans are the dumbest ones ever. He already knew that. See, a Democrat can tell whether he's sincere. The Republicans just want somebody, but the Republicans knew who he was. So what they wanted him to do was they backed him for so long so he could appoint all those judges that he appointed. They backed him so he could do all the repeals of different policies that he did, repealing Obamacare and environmental laws that he tore up. So they used Trump, but Trump thought he was using them, and he did for 3 years.
Right, but again, I don't think he actually knew what was going on, and definitely his followers didn't know what was going on. I think his whole mission, by him not knowing what's going on, is to lead all those people that's high in office, all the way to the corporate field, the white business owners, them corporate leaders, all of the ones who followed Trump, all the ones who wish they had followed Trump, all the ones who in high power, even the ones who are over Trump. I keep saying it. It's time for them to go to the back of the bus. Like the caption said earlier, not just white supremacist America, but the whole America is about to unravel. It's time for it's time for a reset. And I want to touch bases on something with the COVID situation, right? Now, I listen to white talk show every morning, Rush Limbaugh's and Sean Hannity and all of them, right?
I listen to them too because it's always good to know what they're saying on that side.
Right, exactly. And they know from reading, they know from having interviews with conscious people, they know the prophecy. You know what I'm saying? They know it's time with this COVID thing. Their whole mission was to exterminate the melanated people, man. That's why they enforcing this vaccine on first the poor, first the elderly, all of that. They know that some poor white people are gonna get the vaccine, but they don't care about that. Their main goal is to exterminate or to populate, control Black and brown people. I mean, if you pay attention to a lot of what a lot of doctors will tell you. I have friends that's in the medical field and family members that's in the medical field talking about how people come up there for a regular cold, but on the paperwork they got COVID.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a regular flu anymore. It's been documented as coronavirus or COVID-19.
Yeah,
it's a reason for that.
They can get paid in case the person dies. That they'll get $40,000. I think they get $40,000 for every dead body.
Hey,
so
man,
that's what they do. That's how they get paid. COVID. I think that Biden is going to lock the country down for 60 days or more.
That's what the talk. That's what Sean Hannity was talking about. They said that when Biden, like probably I think a month ago, he was trying to get the funding. He was trying to get the funding to fund the National Guard. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get the money to fund the National Guard because once he locked the whole country down and send the National Guards out, the National Guards coming out. They're coming out to enforce. If you don't, they're gonna issue a piece of paper to you at your house to see if you vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, these are certain consequences, certain things you're gonna have to face if you're not vaccinated. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm gonna have to face them because I'm gonna wait till everybody else take it before I take it.
Yeah, but see, the whole thing is, if you're not vaccinated, you're not gonna be able to certain jobs. You're not gonna be able to go to certain places. You're not gonna be able to enter into. You're not gonna be able to live a normal life like they want you to have. You know what I mean? Right. My thing is, that's why it's so important for Black and brown people, man, to have their own, so we won't be dependent on white America, because that way they can't tell us we can't go to their jobs if we're not vaccinated. If you got your own business, if you have your own life, your own business, your own, you're entrepreneur. If you have your own, you can't get told that you can't come to work if you got your own. So that's why it's so important, man, that we go out now with all this stimulus money that people getting, with all these grants and loans that the people throwing at you for starting a business, for having a business. It's time for us as Black and brown people, man, to step up, man, rise up and stop being dependent on them. It's
That's
just time. It's
you're
just time.
correct.
It's just time. Stop depending on them, because if you depend on some person, if you depend on anybody, they got control over you.
That's correct. That's correct. And we're gonna start. It's about unity, and we just got to get those people with like-minded people to get together and say that we are tired of it and we gonna effect change now. We
Right.
got to get our own. If we don't have our own, like you said, somebody owns you. You know,
Exactly. That's why it's important that you started this All Things Relevant Media. It's a black owned business, and every one of the businesses or the platforms or whatever that you bringing on board is black owned. And everybody that you bringing on to All Things Relevant Media have a voice. It's important that people tune in and listen at what the people have to talk about. I know you have a segment. I'm not sure what time the brother come on and talks about how to eat right, the health issues, and what to put in your system, to make you live a healthy life. You know what
yes,
I mean? So
Tuesdays at 6. Tuesdays at
that
6
Tuesday at
p.m.
6.
Natural as a F. Watch it. He tells you everything that you need to do to get healthy, lose weight, be off of diabetes medicine. Everything that you need to do to live longer, he's going to tell you. We got on this program, like I said, we're going to have at least 20 something shows by the end of February. We got new shows coming up this week. Y'all need to stay tuned. We got a bunch of shows. We got financial shows. We got shows that's going to teach you about your finances, about religion, your health. We got everything. Politics. One of our best shows I think that we're going to have is two of our best shows is going to be one on religion and one on history. On the one on religion will be from the hood to the pulpit, and we're going to be profiling these pastors, high-profile pastors that came from the hood and made it to the pulpit, and now they're delivering God's word. Then we're going to have the history. Is a little known Black history facts. We're going to tell you everything that ever happened historically that was important in the Black community that impacted the world, that impacted a lot of things. We got some great stories. I'm talking about awesome stories. Y'all stay tuned for that show. It's going to be an awesome show. This is going to be a worldwide show that has that type of appeal. And we're going to be bringing it to you in the next 30 days. Just stand by. We'll be bringing one or two episodes every show. And y'all just stand by. I got two other shows in the making. I've been broadcasting about the other shows, but I got two other shows in the making. And one of them is a legal advice show where you won't be able to get all the advice from a lawyer or a paralegal, but they'll be able to point you in the right direction and tell you to get some help. It's called Legal Eagles, and I want to put that show up pretty soon. And the other one is Ask the Doctor. So I have some medical professionals on, and those medical professionals will be able to direct you in the right direction also to get help for what might be ailing you, for what you might need as far as a physician. So those are two brand new shows. We're gonna have a sports show before February. Also, I'm looking for a host. If you have that talent where you can sit on there and host a show, especially if you sports, if you're a sports fool and you know somebody in sports, call me. Let me see if I can give you a interview and you can audition for the job. It's going to be like an ESPN spot.
Yeah, that's gonna
Ain't
be,
really
yeah,
a
that's gonna be big.
job. You're going to have to make it yourself. ESPN might see you. So give
Right.
me a call, you know. We
We
got
get
Pastor
you,
Linda
you
Smalls
got to
coming
start from
on.
somewhere.
Yeah, you got to get your start somewhere. We got Pastor Linda Smalls coming on with Tell It Like It Is. I believe this show is going to be on Mondays at 8 o'clock. You know, you always got us right here on Fridays. You got Eric Scott, Alicia Scott hour at 9 o'clock. I don't know whether her show is coming on tonight because she was having some technical difficulties, but if she does, then 9 o'clock every Friday night. We got two great shows coming on Saturday. We got Jay Jones with Pep Talk, and then the Watchdogs, me and Charles Shaw. So y'all stay tuned for that. I don't know whether Charles will be on tomorrow because he's traveling back from California. On Sundays, we got the Freedom Journal with Yusef Shabazz, former Commissioner Yusef Shabazz, and then we got Voices in the Struggle with Anthony Maven and Reggie Hassan. So it's a lot of shows. It's a lot of shows that we have coming up. We're creating something here that nobody else in the country is doing. It's all under us. All under us. All Things Relevant Media on Facebook, and then ATR Black Media Network on YouTube. We're going to have it all for you. All you have to do is stay tuned. You know, you'll be able, if you have a business, you'll be able to advertise with us. If you have something that is a public service announcement or something, you'll be able to come on and we'll talk about it. We're gonna have a business. We're gonna have a show after a while with Financial Sins. Financial Sins is Florence Glover and Anthony Murray. They'll be airing on Fridays in the evening, about 1 o'clock or something. They'll be telling you about wills and everything that you need to do to get your wills right, to get everything right, because there's a lot of stuff going on in those courts where they take your property because it's your parents and everything didn't leave a will, and they take it through probate court, and the only ones that get screwed is the family. You get screwed big time. So they'll be giving you all these things on how to set up something for your retirement, everything, all this information. This is what our community needs, and we're going to bring it to you every day. We got a comedy show with Sean Brown, the Class Clown. You know, we got a lot of things that's coming up. A lifestyle show, Change the Vision TV, where we're trying to give you the news at least 3 days out the week. Let's talk about that. That's going to be a young people show where we have a young host under the age of 21 that'll be hosting the show and trying to tell people what young people see that they want to talk about. So it's a lot of things that we got coming up. On Mondays, we got candidate Keisha, with Alderwoman Keisha Gibson Carter. You know, I ain't got but a few more. On Mondays at 8, we're going to have Tell It Like It Is with Pastor Dr. Leonard Smalls. On Tuesdays, we're going to have our vulnerable communities with Natavia Sanders and Charles Shaw and Julius Hall. Natural as an F at 6 p.m. with Ferrante Frazier. That's going to get your health up. Our vulnerable communities is telling about things all across the country that is leaving our communities vulnerable with all types of situations with them coming in and moving us out. So we're going to be talking about that. At 7 p.m., you have For Us, By Alicia Blakely, By Us, For Us, with Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely. On Wednesdays, you're going to have Financial Sins at 1 o'clock with Florence Glover and Anthony Murray. 6 p.m., you'll have Run Tell That with Dr. Jamal Torre and Nadra Enzi. 7 p.m., you have The Rabble with our crew on The Rabble at 7 o'clock. Thursdays, you have mornings with Mona Lisa at 10 a.m. and then Community Talk with Jay Jones. We got a lineup of shows that are great for all people to look at and pick the show that you want to be on. You know, everybody's not local. AB, the host of this show, I'm his co-host. It's his show. I'm helping him out until I can move out the way because I got so much to do. I'll be here for a few more months till we get it all settled and he can get everything right. But might be a longer, ain't no telling. But AB is in Charlotte.
I enjoy you as a co-host, man. I might hold on to your leg and don't let you go, man. I'm gonna need you about 6 more months, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
look, we
I'm gonna
make
be
a
here.
good team. We
I'm
make a
gonna be
good
here
team
till
on
you.
this
I'm gonna be
platform.
here till you need me no more. I'll be here even after I leave. I'll be a guest host.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
most definitely.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
telling them is that we're not local. Everybody's not local. We got hosts that's gonna be in Atlanta, Jacksonville. AB is it?
I'm in North
Is
Carolina.
He's in North Carolina. So we're all over the globe. We're going to have people all over the country doing these shows. We're doing something special here. I want y'all to share this. Invite your friends to come on. And we're going to be giving it to you uncut and raw. We're going to give it to you like it is. We're not going to take part of it out and try to form the narrative for you. We want you to get all the information, then you decide what to do with it.
Everything that's relevant, we got it on all platforms, and that's each and every day. That's on all things relevant media. That's the reason why the brother started that, because he wanted to give a outlet for people to tune in to all things relevant, all things, everything that deals in your life on a daily basis. We're gonna bring it to you each and every day. You can find whichever show that suits you. You can tune in to that show, or just tune in to all the shows. Like the brother said, it's maybe 20 or more shows that he's bringing on board, and it's a serious lineup. So y'all stay tuned to that. Y'all, like you said, share it with your family, friends, everybody on Facebook. Share it, not just on Facebook, but all the social media. Go to the YouTube page. Julius, get him the YouTube again.
ATR Black Media Network on YouTube.
Black Media, ATR Black Media Network. Go to the YouTube page, and then from there you can share it with all the social media. Tell everybody to tune in. Tell everybody to view it on the YouTube.
It's at the bottom of the screen right there. It's on the ticker right there.
So all of y'all, click on that link.
Hey, y'all see it. We coming,
Right.
And we coming strong. We coming.
All right, thanks for tuning in to another show, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Come back next Friday, but you can come back, tune in late on tonight. You tune in tomorrow. We got different shows for every day and every hour. So y'all make sure y'all share with all your social media friends out there, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just keep sharing it, man. I'm AB. I'm the founder of Incarceration 2 Incorporation. And I got my co-host Julius Hall, which is the founder and the CEO of All Things Relevant Media. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, man. Julius, you want to do a closing?
One last thing. If you don't catch us live, you can always go and watch a show that's on our network. That's why we're telling you at the bottom of the screen, you see that you can go to YouTube and watch us. You can go to Facebook and watch us. On Facebook, All Things Relevant Media. Click on. You can watch shows from a year ago if you want to. You'll see what we've been doing with the Rabble and ATR. You'll see the great Charlie Brown and Air Scott and Charles Shaw. You'll see everybody. Okay, so we're out of here. Our time is up, and we'll see you next week with our guests.
Again, brother, Happy New Year to you, man, and be safe out there, man.
All right.